Hanging out here at the Velocity Open House, one of the guys who just came in is Mod Lite driver Joe Isabell. Did not get out a lot last year, but boy, when he was out, they knew he was there. He won 6 out of 7 at Brewerton, ran a couple of races at Fulton as well. Joe, how we doing today?
Good.
So what did we do at the Velocity Open House? What did we get today?
Oh, I bought a helmet.
What, did you have one? Or
Yeah, I had one, but I wanted a new one. I got to get one every year.
Well, I've heard the way the radio sounds in these new helmets. Was that something that kind of prompted you to get one?
Yeah, I have the same helmet that I basically bought. I just bought one without color.
Why?
To match more different suits. I'm changing my color scheme this year.
That's his kids. They want to go to the beach today, by the way. So, and they want to hit the pool. So, either of those things likely to happen, Joe?
No.
No. Okay. So, how's your stuff look? How are things back at the shop right now?
Good. Fixing my car got pretty beat up in Florida, so we're fixing everything, getting it all ready for this year.
Where did you go in Florida? And this was January or February?
The end of January, early February. We went to Brewerton Speedway and then Isbell.
How did it go before it got
not good?
up?
I had 2 very rough weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
What was going on? Just wasn't handling?
I got tied up, and if there was a wreck, I was in it.
That was it.
Yep.
Okay, so the car was okay.
Yeah,
then.
the car was great.
Okay,
Got
and it's one of the
no
ones.
laps, but-
one of the ones you guys are building, right?
Yep, it was our 3rd one we built. It's my personal car.
He's part of Alien Fabrication. That's actually at your house, isn't it? I believe
Yep.
is where the shop is. How many cars have we built so far?
10.
How are they doing?
Good. I mean, the customers are happy. People are happy. We're scaling back a little bit this summer just to focus on racing. So we're not really gonna be building any chassis this summer. As far as the guys have discussed, we might change our mind. We don't know, but yeah, we're just focused on racing.
Well, and that's obviously why you got the late start last year, right?
Yep.
Too busy doing that. So, what if somebody called you after this interview and said, I really want to get one of those. Can you make me one?
I mean, we'll take orders, but we're not really building anything till the winter. So, and that's what I tell anybody that would want a car right now.
Okay. And we were having a nice conversation with Bad Brad just a minute ago. What's the high-low range on a Mod Lite? What's like the least you can spend, and what's the most you could spend if you wanted all the hot stuff?
I mean, if you're just getting into it, you can find turnkey cars for 10 grand and race and have fun. But if you want to be competitive and actually go national racing and compete with those guys, I mean, you're looking at 20 to 25,000 to be competitive.
And how much of that is the car, and how much is the engine?
It varies. I mean, you could spend 5,000 on a motor and be competitive if the car works good. You could spend 12 grand on a motor and be really competitive if the car
really
works
competitive.
good. So.
Okay. I know for a while there were different engines that everybody seemed to want to have, and the availability was obviously up and down. What is the engine everybody wants now?
So it's preference. A lot of guys like the new ZX10s. I'm a Gixxer guy. I like the Gixxer 1000s, the newer ones, 17s to 22s. They're really, really good motors.
Can you find them? Because I remember before you had to find one like that got in an accident or something.
Yeah, no, they are hard to find.
Why is that? Because they just don't sell them that way? It's not like going out and buying a 350 crate?
They're so new that they really haven't, people haven't been hurting them, or the only time you ever get one is if somebody wrecks one.
I see.
And they are, they're pretty new, so they're hard to find. And when they do come up for sale, everybody in the country wants it, so they're
it's a bidding war,
yeah.
huh? So you ask a certain number and you might get twice that by the time it's done. Is it an issue where, like, if somebody was getting started, they wouldn't be able to find a motor at all?
No, you can buy 0506 1000 Gixxers, 0708 1000 Gixxers. I mean, they're regularly available everywhere, and they're still great motors.
Okay.
ZX10s are pretty much everywhere. They're great motors.
You staying in the division? Because the reason I'm asking is I've talked to a lot of people who have gone from Mod Lite to Sportsman, and they say the Sportsman's almost boring after driving the Mod Lite. Is that kind of why you like the
I've
division?
raced everything you can race, minus sprint cars, and I'm actually probably one of the only people that went back to Mod Lites after. I mean, I raced super late models, I raced modifieds for years, I raced Sportsmans. The Mod Lites are fun. They're affordable, and they're just fun.
Okay. A little twitchy, though, aren't they? They're not the
they
easiest
got a
thing
really
to drive.
short wheelbase. They're not easy to drive. Probably one of the hardest cars I've had to drive.
And I talked to a friend of mine whose son is going to be driving one, and he says the toughest thing is getting him used to the hand clutch and shifting with the same lever. That can't be easy to get used to. Or is
I
it?
always ran a foot clutch. Actually, this is my first year doing the hand clutch. When you shift, you really don't have to use the clutch much, as long as you lift off throttle and shift, just like a regular bike on the highway.
So it's not like a car where I do have to make sure I let the clutch out properly.
The only time you use your clutch is when you're sitting still, taking off, which is the hand clutch is really nice.
So we don't use the clutch when we shift?
Not really.
Oh, what about downshifting?
Some guys do, some guys don't. It's preference.
I didn't realize that. So that is the biggest difference right there. Okay. How do you think the class is going to do this year? What are you hearing and seeing?
Last year we had 18, 19 cars on average, and from what I hear, there's 4 or 5 new guys. So hopefully we're upwards of 20, which would be great.
Championship this year?
Nah, I don't really care about all that.
You just want to win races?
Yeah, we're going to do some traveling this year. We'll just I'm going to help the guys that bought our chassis, make sure they're going in the right direction, and just travel a little bit, hit Brewerton when I can. And
Okay. What's the best way if someone is interested in what you're building to find out more?
go right on our Facebook page, Alien Fabrication, and you can send us a message, and we're always happy to talk about race cars.
They are too, trust me. And again, it's a cool logo. I don't know who did your logo, but that really did come out sharp. So, all right, so look him up if you got some questions. Good times here today in Brewerton. Hit the blue E down there. It'll subscribe you. Turn on your notifications, the likes, all that good stuff. Joe, good to see you, man. I'll talk to you at the track soon.
Thanks, Doug.